Guys, it's the first episode of Helen's Log. We're doing it. We're doing it. Zofia is here. Holly De Angelis is here. There's 3 of us in this room. It's Bank Holiday Monday. It's Monday, the 25th of August, 2025, and nothing is happening in the world. Welcome to Helen's Log. Now, you have to clap. Thank you.
We're clapping.
This.
I'm like a seal over here.
Do you remember that thing of like, this is a seal of approval, and then you go, oh.
I don't remember that, but I really enjoyed that. It was
very popular for me when I was younger, and a round of applause and a seal of okay, it was a big thing for me. Right, come here to me, everyone. This podcast, I know it's traditional when you're doing a podcast to like start it as you mean to go on. We're not gonna do that. We cannot do that because this is a weekly diary podcast. But I can't do that because we haven't spoken in 6 weeks since Trusty Hogs ended. By the way, if you're new, Trusty Hogs is the podcast I used to do. It's dead to me. It's not dead. I miss it very much. But my name's Helen Bauer. I'm a stand-up comedian. And now I do a podcast by myself. Oh my goodness, that's very emotional. But it's supposed to be a weekly diary podcast where we just catch up every week. But we haven't seen each other for 6 weeks. And what a 6 weeks it's been. So instead of a lovely catch up for this week with a friend of mine, I'm just going to trauma dump on you. And I think that's really why we're all here. Because, yeah, I could say I had the best summer of my life and I went to Edinburgh and I saw all my friends and I had a magical time. Or I can tell you about the summer my gallbladder tried to kill me. Let's go!
Welcome to Helen's Log. Log as in a diary. Not Helen's log as in a tree that has been cut. Oh no. Or a toilet or a flu. Double no. Log as in a synonym for diary. It's Helen's log. Just as she knows it's Helen's log. The diary. It's a weekly diary podcast and it is called Helen's Log.
Right. Last time we were speaking. Oh, by the way, Holly De Angelis is a friend of mine and she's done every job in comedy. I should say that. And now she's going to be like my everything, my world.
You're everything. Your world.
Princess.
Your princess.
That's what
Your
I
pet,
want.
Really.
I'm gonna stroke your belly.
I can't wait. That's why I'm here.
I shouldn't say stroke your belly. I should say rub your belly.
No, say stroke. Say stroke your belly.
I'm gonna stroke the fuck out of your belly.
Okay, don't say rub it. Say rub it instead.
Holly, look at me.
We need to stop talking.
I'm gonna stroke the fuck out of your belly.
I can sense it.
Highlights of the summer quickly. I didn't have any sex, but that's fine. I was recovering from an operation. I didn't have my vibrator with me in Edinburgh last night when I got back at midnight. Did I lose my mind? Yeah. In a way, yeah. Okay, kinda. And lovely for me. And also, can I recommend that? Take a month off and just see what happens. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. But we got to do the medical stuff. So, last time we were doing this, I was just finished recording Trusty Hogs and I had my operation to have my gallbladder removed the following week. Had it removed, did decide to have a female friend go to the hospital with me, which I think is going to be the theme of this entire episode, which is get yourself a good female friend at every point in your entire life. The guys do not understand pastoral or emotional care. So sweet Emma came to the hospital with me. We did the whole operation and I cannot tell you how much I thrived. I was built to have a gallbladder surgery. I don't look weird at that. That's a lovely thing to say. I went into the hospital. I had my own room and they have a TV in the room and I can pick whatever I want to watch. And they take me back for my surgery. I've made the nurse laugh. The anaesthetist turns out to be a fan of British comedy. Oh my God, I'm in good hands. I have no memory of being put to sleep. Like, Holly, and you've had operations before. We have to say this. Do you remember being put to sleep?
No. And I felt so shortchanged. All I remember them is asking me, what do you do for your living? And then I woke up. Shortchanged. A split second.
I
Nada.
don't even have the mask going over my face to breathe in the gas. Like, that isn't a memory at all. Like, they injected something into my arm and I went, what's that? And they went, oh, nothing.
That's a cop-out.
I think that was
I got
it.
the mask, I have to say. I got the mask and it was a thrill.
See, that's what I wanted. I wanted to do that thing where you like fight the gas going in your face. Have you seen those videos of people
of course
trying
I've seen
to like
those videos?
Yeah,
I watched
of
5,000 before I had the operation.
because they're so much fun to watch because you're like, oh my God, I could do that entire rap. I could do Eminem Lose Yourself whilst fighting off this. And I was so tempted, but I didn't even get a chance. They didn't even give me that opportunity. I don't think they asked me what I do because they knew by then. I told them all. I wasn't recognised.
Before you told them what was wrong, you walked in. I'm Helen Bauer. I'm a comedian. You
Please
may
be
have
very
seen
careful
me.
with me. I have the Edinburgh Fringe in 2 weeks. And they're like, we're not. Okay. And then she was asking me if I'd been on like Live with the Apollo and stuff. And I was like, yes. And then she was like, Taskmaster. And I was like, no, you got yourself. And then when I come round, I cannot tell you how good I feel. Like, it's amazing. Like, Emma Black's there and I get to watch. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. I was not. I was in the recovery room and I'd said to the anaesthetist before they put me under, I was like, oh, just so you know, I don't know if this is a medical complication, but I'm a mouth breather. So like, there's no breathing in the nose for me. And then when I wake up from surgery, they're like shaking me and they're like, oh, we're having a bit of trouble getting you to come round. Your oxygen levels are a bit low. So we're putting oxygen and they put that thing that goes up your nose. And I was like half conscious, like, I'm a mouth breather. Please, I'm a mouth breather. Which is not how you want to come round to try. Because everyone, when you say you're a mouth breather, everyone thinks you're doing a bit. Or with me, I think I say things stupidly and then people think, oh, well, she's doing a bit. And it's like, no, I don't use the nose. So then we finally figured that out. I go up to my room. They're not even trying to shove me out of this hospital room at all. They're like, oh, we'd like to see you like eat something and go to toilet. And I was like, amazing. This is like my best day ever. You want me to eat something and then go toilet in front of you? Done and done.
Like being a baby again.
Like, oh my God, swaddle me.
Please.
And like, obviously they're like, oh, just rest. But like, all I want to do is look at my stomach and look at the scars. Like, that's all I want to do. So I'm like, Emma, pull up my gown. And she's like, just rest. And I'm like, we gotta look. So like, I'm clawing at myself. We put on the TV and like, I love Emma. This is like my friend from home. I've known her since I was 4 years old. The TV in this hospital, it's like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney, but like, it's that plus. Like, it's not even like, I don't know what the service is called, but they have Wicked as an option. And clearly, whilst I was in surgery, Emma perused the channels and she had set her heart on watching Wicked. However, I love this girl and I think she's flawless. And thank you so much for doing everything for me my entire life. I've just had surgery and I'm not wanting to watch Wicked right now. I want to watch Grease. So I insist on us watching Grease, but I'm in and out of consciousness to the point where I watch about 5 minutes of Grease and Emma watches the entire film, even though she'd just seen it. And then by the time we put on Wicked, I get released from the hospital. And yeah, she's in a mood, okay? But that's fine because it's my day. That surgery goes perfect, apart from them struggling to get me round.
Learning you're a mouth breather.
Learning I'm a mouth breather. And also, like, they did say there was like, my liver was still very swollen. And I was like, don't you dare say that about her.
That sounds hot.
Don't you dare talk. I'm sick of people talking about my liver. Because if you don't know, when I had gallstones to the point where one of them moved. And then like it was blocking my liver or blocking a bile duct, something very specific. And I was like, okay. And they were like, oh, it's still quite big. And I was like, do you know, like fuck off. Don't you dare. But so they had to cut me 4 times instead of 3. That was the main headline. And I was like, I don't care. If anything, I want the scars. I genuinely think they're awesome. Go home. I'm recovering. I'm getting as much attention from people as possible. Like, it is toxic. The levels of like, you better come round and visit me 'cause I'm not very well. and I felt so fine. But I was really abusing the system, and I think that's okay that I did that. I recover. I head to the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm like, this is my month. I am so excited to do my show. I have practiced this. I'm so excited to have life again because I've like spent 4 months on this crazy liver shrinkage diet and then filming and then recovering from surgery. I haven't seen anyone. I arrive at the Edinburgh Fringe and I immediately go 100% in. Like, I meet Hughes Davies for a drink. I decided I want to start smoking again. This is all I know. I hadn't
Doctor's
smoked
orders,
since
obviously.
January.
Yep.
I started saying things to people like, smoking helps wounds close. What is wrong with me? But it felt like, I was like, okay, I've lost so much this year, pleasure-wise, like food and drink. I was like, it makes sense to smoke for my mental health. I will do anything to manipulate a situation to work for my brain. And I was like, just for now. And I'm like stealing them off Hughes. We go to a party really quickly. I'm still like a bit off because obviously I've just had surgery, but I'm feeling fine. I'm like living with Alison and Heidi. I'm like,
Gorgeous.
I cannot tell you how much I'm thriving. I have this beautiful scrunchie that I'm wearing in my hair every day, which I suddenly think is good luck. Like, it's crazy.
Is that the one you're wearing
This
now?
is the
I have
one.
to say, it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
It's phenomenal.
And it's from Etsy, which means when people comment on it, I get to say things like, oh, it's from this woman on Etsy.
It's unique. You wouldn't be able to
nice.
buy it.
Oh my God. I cannot tell you how good it feels to like have not seen anyone for like 3 weeks and then walk around the Fringe, run into people and then be like, oh my God, we love your scrunchie. And people going like, oh my God, like, are you okay? We saw you were in hospital. And I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. Because I also got to say things like, instead of being like I had gallstones, I was like, my liver wasn't very well. And then the people, the people who like still haven't read the room of the moment that you don't comment on people's weight, which is mad that people still haven't got that memo.
Yes.
But like, obviously I did lose some weight through doing the liver shrinkage diet. People going like, oh my God, you look amazing. And I got to say things like, I've been incredibly unwell. Oh my God. And they would crumble and then I'd say it louder so other people could see them. Oh, it was, And then... this is when we get into the weeds of this month. I like suddenly got like what felt like a gallbladder attack, which I'm sure I described before, but it's like this intense squeezing sharp pain. It's in the upper right quadrant. And I was like, well, I'm fully crazy because I cannot have a gallbladder pain. You know why? I don't have a gallbladder anymore. I don't have one. That can't be right. So I was like, yeah, I'm just mad. And then it happened the next day. And I was doing my show and I was like, wow, I'm really not feeling good. Something's wrong. And I've been speaking to my agent being like, don't know if my recovery is going very well, I feel a bit off. And I was like, oh God, I hope I don't have like an infection, because 3 of the wounds felt like they'd done very well and one of them was still taking a bit of time. But like for anyone who's had keyhole before, like there's gonna always be one that looks like it's taken longer because like one of them, and I think it's the belly button, that's where they pulled the gallbladder out of. And that one's gonna have gone through a bit more than the others because there's 2 that are so small. I'm like, there's no way they even got a stone out of that, let alone a gallbladder. But the pain kept on going. Obviously, if you feel intense pain, you should go straight to the doctors. I decided to do 2 shows. And the plan was, after my show on the Sunday, which is 7 shows in the first week, that my lovely agent, Breed, was going to take me straight to the hospital off stage. Which, saying that now, I'm like, I am a moron. That is it. But do you know what I mean? Like if someone said that to me, I'd be like, oh babe, don't stand on stage for an hour. You should probably go. If you're going to the hospital, you go to the hospital. What?
Weirdly, it works at the Fringe though.
Isn't that crazy?
That is, it's slightly unhinged, but we'll forgive. Hey, I'm not one to judge. Once I broke my knee and I didn't go to the hospital for 6 weeks. So
no,
we can't judge.
You broke your knee and you didn't go for 6 weeks?
Nope.
Could you walk?
Yeah. Weirdly, I could walk. My whole leg was purple and twice the size. And for some reason, I just thought, nope, it's fine. It's slightly bruised. I cycled to the hospital. Eventually, when I was like,
when was this?
Like 2018. I was old enough to know it was bad. And I think it's because when I did it, my housemate and dear friend of mine actually just was like, you'll be fine, get up. And I believed it.
We need to stop believing other people, because the reason that like my liver got sick was because the stones moved, because I believed Sunil Patel when he said I was full of farts when I first got the pain. So we have to stop. Right. Every woman from now onwards, if you feel pain that needs to be addressed, get it addressed immediately. But why don't we go? Because we're so used to going and having things sorted and then being like, oh, you're fine, or you're making a big deal. Also, because of the fear that you're going to sit there for like a full day and then be told that nothing wrong with you and you've wasted someone's time. It's very real.
Also, they seem so angry at you while you're there.
Oh, it can be so... And like, this is not to put anyone off going, because you do have to go.
No, do go. Very much do go.
What me and Holly want to tell you is like just how important it is to advocate for yourself. Because like my agent and my friends at Fringe were like, if you need to go to hospital, just go now. But I was like, I understand what you're saying, but what do I go in and say? I'm having a gallbladder attack, but I had my gallbladder removed 3 weeks ago. Like, what do you, like, they're just going to be like, you are literally mad. And I'll be like, also correct. Yeah, I am also on mad pills too. But that's separate. And it's very tricky, because also like, there's no denying that like in comedy, if you don't do the gig, you just don't get paid. And if you're a Fringe, if you don't do the gig, you don't just not get paid. You actually lose money from not doing the show. So it's not even a case of like, there's so much to take in, but your health is the most important. Unless you're doing a show at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes.
But I've got to do a shout out for this. At the end of that show on the Sunday, I was like, oh my God, that pain was worse than like before with the gallbladder attacks. Like I was like, I could barely stand. And I was like holding on to my friend, trying to stand up, waiting for the taxi to come. And there were some lovely, lovely listeners. And I took 5 photos with people.
5?
Whilst being propped up. And I want to see them. I'm sorry. I have to see them, because I'm so sure I would have said to them like, oh, I'm going to the hospital. But I said it in such a silly way. They were like, ha ha ha. And I was like, ha ha ha. Like, oh, I'm going to the hospital. They were like, hee. And I was like, ha ha, smile. If you have a photo of me from, what would it have been? The first Sunday of the Fringe 2025. So Sunday, the 3rd of August, I want to see it. I want to see how mad I look.
I need to see those photos.
I have to.
To be fair, though, you did look, I remember seeing it, and you did look not
amazing.
You looked amazing. And I was like, Helen's been away. She's got a nice tan. And you were like, no, it's just
liver
the
failure.
jaundice.
I was jaundicing, but I looked like I was glowing. You know what the secret is? Just a bit of liver failure.
Just a tiny bit of liver failure.
Just a bit. Don't go to the sunbeds. Just a little bit of liver failure.
Just clog it. You'll be fine.
Just clog it up. But this is what's magical is I had the privilege of experiencing the Scottish NHS system. Can I say? Charmed. Enchanted, if anything. You arrive immediately just like, yeah, I'm here for this. We're talking 5 vending machines in the waiting room, English ones, 2 max, 1 not working. And we're talking like not Kinder Bueno. We're talking like Boost bars, Star bars. Like, it's not like, it's okay. Like, it's not like, it's not their main priority. And I understand that. And I understand that. But like, they've got like crisps, but it's like a pack of Skips or a pack of Squares. Like, they don't have like McCoy's Ridge, like the stuff that you need in that moment. Like, no one's ever been like, oh, I'm craving a pack of Skips. Like, and if you are, get tested. Yeah. You're mentally not okay.
Book a GP appointment now.
Book a GP appointment.
Advocate
You're not
for
wasting
yourself.
the system. Book an appointment. You're not doing well. But they had like, the vending machine for everything. It was brilliant. They had charging lock boxes for your phone. And yeah, it was free. Very special. And I knew I was going to the hospital, so I already put a book in my bag. But by the time we get to hospital, I'm in so much pain. And I've done this a couple of times now. And I'm like, I am advocating for myself. Because yeah, I'm going to sound fucking crazy. Because I've got to go up to the desk here and say, I'm having a gallbladder attack. But wait for this. You're going to love this twist. I do not have a gallbladder. They didn't find it as funny as I did. Granted. I thought I was like, I'm going to say this in such a way that they're going to be like, what? But the way I said it, they thought that I just had the surgery at that hospital. And I was like, no. I had it in London 2 weeks ago. Now I'm in Scotland. Bad choice, granted. And now I'm in loads of pain. Within an hour, I had my first dose of morphine. Holy.
Incredible.
Incredible. I was with my agent in the waiting room. They took me back. They were doing like blood tests. They were like, oh, we're not quite sure like what this would be, but we need to like figure this out. And I think because my liver was poorly before, they were like, we need to check your liver levels. I have never like gone through the doors of a hospital before and come back out to sit with someone and been that high. Like I remember giggling to her, being like, this is the best. Can I say this? The best year of my life. Everything's coming up, Helen.
Oh my God.
And then they just give you so much. Oh God, I love Scottish nurses so much. They had to admit me because what it transpired, and I cannot remember the exact order of things, because for the next 6 days, I am having morphine either go in my mouth or straight into my arm. So I have memories, but it's all a bit weird. But it turns out, this is the fun twist, when they removed my gallbladder on July 17th, the way they do it is they have to turn it in your body to pull it out. And when they turn it, 1 or 2 in 100 people have something called a retained stone. Is when a stone falls out and they don't pick it up. And they have to check. You must check. I'm sorry to the doctor in London that did my first surgery. You should have checked. You should check.
You had one job.
Do a sweep of the cavity of the tummy. Because this is the thing, it drops out. But it drops out as in like, it just drops out and is wandering around your body. That's not good. And then this is the kicker for me. It dropped out. And where did it go? Right back in the liver bile duct. So my liver started failing again. What a twist.
It was just having such a nice time there. You've got such a hospitable liver.
What the fuck?
Only
I felt like
Helen.
they were pranking me. I was like, you got me joking. They were like, oh, did they not explain this to you in London? Did they not explain to you that this happens to like one in every... And I was like, no, they didn't explain it to me. And then I was like, well, they probably did. But like, you know, before you go into a surgery and they list all the complications, you're always like, yeah, not me though.
No.
Not me. Whenever it's like a 1 in a million chance, if it's like a bad thing, I'm always like 100% not me. But when it's like the Omaze like house straw, I'm like, probably me.
Yeah, it's like...
Probably me on this one. I'm about to get a house in Cornwall. That makes sense for me. I'm going to win the lottery. Yeah, of course, that feels right for me right now. But a retained stone? No, I'm not doing that. I've got a show to do. And yeah, I told the doctors that a lot. Which does not count as advocating for yourself. But I then have to spend 6 days in hospital. I go home for 24 hours because I was like, I think I can manage the pain at home. I think I'll be fine. Yeah, but 24 hours later, I was like, I literally can't eat anything. I can't drink anything. And I'm just like literally writhing in pain, crying the whole time. So then we decided to stay in. And I was like, they're going to send me back to London. I'm not going to get to do my show, but that's fine. I was like, at this point, I was like, I just need to like, whatever's going wrong with me, I just need to feel better. And it turns out this is when life sends you an absolute gift. If you get sick in Scotland, waiting lists are a lot shorter. Because they were like, if you go to London, you have to get this stone removed. It's going to take like 3 months. And you're going to have to like live like this. And you're going to have to go back on like this crazy diet and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to do it. I'm going to talk about this more in the extras about the like the liver shrinkage diet or like the repercussions of like relationships with food, but I don't think I'll do it on the main. But like, I was like, oh my God, if I go home, I just have to live in this pain for 3 months. And it was like, I'm not saying this in like the gallbladder attacks were fucking painful when I had a gallbladder, but I was able to like live through them. Like this was different. It was like 24/7 gallbladder attack. It was just like the bile, they give you like antispasmodics to like stop it like spasming around it, but there's just no break from the pain. And it was just, it was so bad. Oh, I hated it. And then I just got admitted in the end. And then, this is not funny. This is what I'm so worried about. Like, I genuinely think I'm going to have, like, my brain it's all going to hit me at some point and I'm going to have a breakdown, like, about how big this month was and how stressful it was. But I thought I could beat that by booking a therapy session in Edinburgh. So I went to the therapist and I went, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm just here to cry and just, like, get over something. And then I didn't cry once. So, like, 'cause it never fucking works when you do it like that, does it? But then they oh my God, okay, what actually happened? I was on the surgical observation unit for like 2 days, and that's where I was told to go back to when I was sent back into the hospital when I couldn't manage the pain. But it turns out there was this like infectious hospital bug going around England, specifically London, and they were concerned that I had got that. Must have been something on like a reading or like a test, I don't remember. And because of that, I had to go into my own private room with my own bathroom. This is the godsend. But because they were worried I was so infectious, they didn't want to put me with all the like liver people. So guess where I ended up? Gynae! I got a private room on the gynae ward. And I cannot, it was, if you are ever ill near the Royal Infirmary in Edinburgh, go gynae. Go gynae. Find a way to get there. Oh, I've never been so enchanted in my life. Yet there was no TV. It didn't matter. Anna Grant bought me a crossword puzzle book. I was fine. I would do crosswords with the nurses. They used to come into my room and there was a language barrier. They'd be like, oh, do you want diluting juice or a council juice? And I was like, what are those words? And then, but like, it's part of it's morphine, part of it's English arrogance. Yeah. And I was like, what's diluting juice? Diluting juice. They mean squash. Isn't that crazy?
Diluting juice.
Isn't that very
I kind of
cute?
prefer that to squash.
I'm so dignified.
Squash is so dignified. Squash is just like,
squash!
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 Do you want some squash? It's
Actually,
like, it suits Londoners. It's pathetic. It's
squash!
Not, it's not.
But diluting juice. And then the other option was council juice.
Council what?
Council juice. Council juice. Council juice.
What is that?
It turns out it's tap water. Oh, no. Council juice. Council juice is tap water.
I love
They found
that.
it very funny, and so did I. I think it was because I was high, though. I was like, that's brilliant.
No, I'm never saying tap water
You guys
again.
should be doing a show at the Edinburgh Fringe, coincidentally, as do I need to be. When do we get this operation done?
Oh my God.
But I had a lovely high couple of days. Had visitors. Let's just do a shout out to the people that took time out of their Fringe run to come and visit me whilst I was waiting to have this final stone removed. Shout out Amy Annette.
Oh,
she came along.
Human.
She brought me a face mask, which, you know what, I'm going to be fully honest, a face mask that turns out Josie Long had gifted to her and then she re-gifted to me. But shout out Amy Annette. Also, shout out Amy Annette for being the only visitor who, when I was like, do you want to go on the moving bed, was like, yeah, 100% get up. Like, everyone else was like, no, don't you worry. Whereas she was like, yeah, film me on the bed. I was like, you're magical.
I would push you off the bed to be able to do that.
It's so fun. And it moved at like 5 different points. I had 2 remotes. It was brilliant. It was brilliant to the point where the nurses kept on injecting me with blood thinners. And I was like, I don't think you need to. I'm moving a lot. Like, I'm moving a lot. If anything, too much. But Amy Annette, who else? Zoe Coombs-Marr. What an angel. She came into the hospital room. And I'm going to say, I didn't really know her that well before this month. She brought me a stuffed Dumbo elephant. What? Like, what?
So nice.
So sweet.
You love Disney.
My agent, Breed Kirby, I think she went to the hospital about 8 times total. Like, back and forth. Like, did the A&E waiting room, did the questions. When I was, like, when we were struggling to get an operation date or time, or I was feeling like claustrophobic or like stuck, she would call or just show up and suddenly be helping me advocate for myself. Like, how did I get so lucky? She's incredible. Who else came? This is bad that I can't remember.
Hey, you were on a lot of
Sunil
morphine.
Patel. I don't know if that counts as him visiting or me being like, you should visit.
Yeah.
This is the right thing to do.
Yep.
Shout out to Ed and Hughes for wanting to visit, but never, I just never managed to message them back to get the timings right. Chloe Pets. Thank you for letting me
Chloe
vomit
Pets.
very close to you about 6 times. It was very nice of you.
That is, you want Chloe Pets to be there when you're vomiting 6 times, to be fair.
100%.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of them was into some plants. Sure.
You
But
gotta
what's
shake it
Chloe
up.
going to do apart from just go, it happens. It happens, Helen.
Exactly.
You're fine. You're right to get in the Uber. Do you reckon you can make it? I don't know. Well, let's find out. That's the energy you want. I'm sure there were other people who I don't remember right now, which is Olga Koch for bringing in chocky that I couldn't eat. But still, Olga, God bless you. Thank you for that and the flowers. Also, I think we should talk about this in extras as well. But the visiting hospital etiquette, having now been in for a week's stay, I now understand it. And I want to discuss that in the extras as well. Because it's it's
really?
important. Just what I would be able to offer to people in the future to be able to help them out. Even though I know everyone's situation is slightly different. But the amount of people that... Some people who would cancel or decide not to come. And it's I really needed you there, actually. Because I'm very it's weird I'm discussing it in such a fun way. But also it fucking... I don't want to get emotional. It sucks when you're being told this is no one's fault. But one of the procedures they had to do to find the stone, they were like, oh, we've got to get you on the list, but it's very tricky because we do this for cancer patients. And I was like, don't say that word. That's going to make me feel some type of way.
Yeah.
And then also there was a lot of well, maybe we'll have to do the operation next week, maybe not this week, maybe the week after. We don't know. You might have to be here for a while. They couldn't get my blood pressure stable most nights. And that became a whole thing. And then to quote my 2 favorite nurses on gynae, this is my favorite thing: your liver is deranged. To the point where I was like, is that a medical word up here? And they went, aye, to us it is. I was like, you're just perfect and angels. What's up? It's me interrupting me. God, this podcast is a lot of me. One day I'm going to have a log as a guest and it'll be it'll be amazing. But for now, I should tell you that my show I just did in Edinburgh that I very much enjoyed doing every day I did it, is going on tour. And it's coming to Norwich on the 5th of September. It's going to Berlin on the 6th of September. And then it's going to Leeds on the 9th of September. That classic Norwich, Berlin, Leeds jump around. You know it. Oxford, Reading, Bristol, Brighton. I could keep going, but I'm not going to, just for dignity. And you can go on helenbauer.co.uk and there's all the tickets. And for anyone in London, you always think I'm not touring in London. Honey, can I say this? I live in London. I'm here a lot of the time. And more specifically, I will be at London Soho Theatre on the 20th, 21st, 22nd. Oh shit, it's my brother's birthday. Oh well, happy birthday for the 21st, Ted. 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th of October. I think the Friday and Saturday, and I'm not doing that thing where I think it's selling well. It's selling very well. So you're going to want to book in advance. And that's it. Oh my God, I'm going to Newcastle on the 23rd of November. Oh, that's going to be crazy. And then you guys can come see my show. And I guess I'll hand out logs. Yeah, that feels right. Goodbye.
Helen's log.
Everyone wants to visit in groups.
Yeah.
And you can't.
You can't do that.
You can't. It's too much. You can't. It's very hard to not that you're hosting, but to manage one person when you're your consciousness isn't very, very good.
Yeah.
Or it could be very good. It's just sort of there's nowhere for you to sit. You can't.
It's one person per stone. That's the rules.
It's one person per
per stone. Get with the program.
But then I should tell you that I did get the procedure. And I don't know if I've told you this yet, Holly. I don't think I even said it on stage because it was so complicated to explain. They were like, there's a stone there.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't exactly locate it because I got sent for an MRI whilst I was in the hospital stay. And it wasn't fully conclusive exactly where it was.
That's so stressful.
And here's the thing. It can move.
Like a pinball machine.
Like literally.
No. That's so horrific.
So they had to do something called an ERCP, which is they were calling it an operation. I'm going to call it a procedure where they go through your mouth to find the stone.
What?
Which is so awful. And it makes me feel sick when I think about it.
Why you're awake?
No.
Okay,
well,
thank God.
No, but
Thank
you
God.
prep for it awake. This is not to put anyone off getting an ERCP. Your body, your choice. If you want one, fucking go for it and live your dream. I was like, and obviously I was like, oh my God, Gwyneth just text. Have you finished in Edinburgh today? No, yesterday. Come on, girl. Shout out Gwyneth Keyworth as well for coming for a full weekend and holding my hair back whilst I vomited after the ERCP. What do you want?
That's so nice.
I'm going to be about killing some time before my... No, I'm not in Edinburgh. Crazy. What are you doing there again? How about that? It's crazy. Forget about that, everyone. We've got to focus on this. ERCP, they go in through your mouth with two massive things and they go with a camera and then they go with a grabby machine.
No. No.
But you have to prep for it fully awake. So you go into the room and by this point, they all know I'm a comedian. How? I think I told them. / my agent was offering everyone free tickets trying to get me bumped up. I was like, can I have free tickets? She was like, 100% give me your email. When's her surgery? Because we would like her back on stage soon.
Okay, shout out to Breed because that is incredible. Incredible work.
And then you go in and they lie you on your front like a torture chamber. No. They put something in your mouth that you have to bite with your teeth, which you know is where the tubes are going to be fed through. And then they tie it around the back of your head. It's awful.
Like getting a chicken ready to be cooked.
What? Wait, why do you gag your chicken before you cook it?
I just realised that makes no sense. I got it mixed up with a hog roast. I'm so sorry.
That makes so much more sense.
Oh God.
I was like, who the fuck gags the chicken?
Okay.
That's horrific.
I've not even got back from anywhere today. Why have I gone into
You're insane.
It's true.
You're an insane woman who's waiting for her period. In all fairness to you.
It's true.
Hey.
Get me with the gynae girlies.
Go to the gynae ward, 2nd floor Royal Infirmary, Edinburgh. It's so good. Okay, but they prepare you. They spray this numbing stuff on your throat so that you won't feel anything before they put you under. And have you ever had a medicine where you're like, they've clearly tried to make this taste of something that's not medicine.
Yeah.
But when they made it, it was probably 1991 and they haven't revisited. Calpol's flawless. Calpol is an example of medication they got right. I'm sorry, I got really defensive there, but I just don't want anyone to fucking slag it off.
That's how you advocate for yourself. Advocate for Calpol.
Calpol is fucking perfect. Now that's a flavour where it's like, this is just good. I asked the doctor, I was like, what flavour is it supposed to be? He was like, banana. And I was like, they haven't got that right. Sadly, that was my last words. Because then they inject you, but like as they're putting you to sleep, they're still trying to get you in position and they're sort of wrestling with you. And as I'm talking, like obviously like your mouth is going numb. But when they were spraying it, I put my tongue up because you know when someone's spraying, like someone comes in your mouth, like you sort of protect yourself a bit. You protect yourself. You protect your throat as God intended. That's why we got a gag reflex so we don't swallow too much cum. I swear that's true. So, all right, Sophia, I'm allowed to talk about my body, okay? And if someone comes in my mouth, I'm allowed to protect my throat. Thank you. But then they're like, so I'm already like half unconscious because this time they put me to sleep and I'm vaguely aware of it. And I'm like, oh my God. And they're trying to get my hand up because they need you to lie on the table like this. And I'm like, this is awful. This is awful. And you know what happens next? I get woken up the exact same way. We're struggling to get your oxygen levels up. We're just going to put it in your nose. I'm a fucking mouth breather. It's like Groundhog Day. And then this is the thing which is so not funny. They go in to get the stone. But when they're inside of me, it turns out during one of the bouts of pain since the MRI in 3 days in hospital, so 3 days before the MRI, the stone had dropped.
Oh no.
So I still had to pass it. And that sounds very painful. But you know where it comes out? The poo. And you feel nothing. So I didn't even need to have the ERCP.
Oh my God.
It was all pointless.
You haven't told me that.
It dropped down of itself. So I went through the whole thing and then they woke me up and they went, lol, we couldn't find it. It's dropped.
They punked you.
It was the ultimate punking.
Oh my God.
And then, I don't know why I'm laughing. I was so distraught. Because also part of me was like, it fucking better have dropped. Because if I come back next week and there's another stone, to the point where I was like, am I eating stones when I sleep? Like, am I doing something fucking weird here?
Yeah, because you're a mouth breather. It's flying in.
That I genuinely worry that like maybe I was like getting up in the middle of the night and just like hoovering in stones, just like. Because I also sleepwalk sometimes. You never know. Oh God, it's awful. And then I went home and then I had to get off 6 days of morphine, and I've only just watched Train Spotting. Can I say? I get it. I get it. I went through the same thing. Thank God Gwyneth arrived and I vomited. You know what? We're just going to say Team America by the dumpster, and I just hope everyone understands that reference. I became really good friends with Buckety.
If not, Google it.
Yeah,
Google it.
Not, Google it.
Google it.
Can you please just Google it right now? Team America dumpster vomit. Do you reckon that's the best thing to type in? Sophie, are you watching it right now? Yeah, that's fair. You're allowed to. But it was, oh my God. And I couldn't eat anything still. And then I had one potato waffle and it was just, oh my God, all hell broke loose.
No.
And this was on the Friday night, Saturday morning. And then I went back on stage on Sunday.
I mean, that is
chaos.
Lunacy.
And I cried on stage.
You cried on stage?
Did I tell you that? Yeah.
No. At what part?
If anyone has not seen my show, which is probably the majority of you,
no spoilers.
But like towards the end, when I'm with her, and when I'm with her, there we go, I'll say that. But yeah, I was like so emotional and fragile. My friend Gwyneth was in the audience with Sunil, and I was like, oh, Sunil's going to be hating this. But I was like, I felt so like it just all hit me on stage, and then I knew I was like feeling a lot. Because at the end of the show, I just sort of stood on stage crying for like a minute. And I was like, oh, I should walk off.
Oh, Helen, this is making my heart hurt.
I was so fragile.
Yeah, and also your body is just like, I was an absolute mad person for 2 weeks after having anaesthetic. You just can't. Your body is like, you're all over the shop. I'm pretty sure I cried because I like dropped my toothbrush down the toilet.
The dizziness? Yeah. I cry every time I drop my toothbrush in the toilet.
It's
yeah,
sad.
do I
It's
do
saddening.
it once a week? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to bulk buy toothbrush heads.
Do you still use it? Yes, you do.
Yeah, of course. It's my toilet. It's my toilet. Yesterday, actually, on the train back from Edinburgh, because you know when you like pack your big suitcase, but like I brushed my teeth just before going on stage, so I had my toothbrush in my bag, but I didn't have the head on it because I'd thrown that away. And then I had to change at crew, and I was putting my bag up, and I was on a table with like these other men. And then my bag was just like vibrating really heavily, but I had my headphones in, so I couldn't tell. But I was like, that's a really weird noise in this train. God, I hope it's not broken down because we were already delayed. And then I was like, oh shit, what is it? Oh, I was like, my bag's vibrating. And I was like, oh my God, it's a toothbrush. It's a toothbrush. They were like, well, wondering what that is. And then I couldn't find it. And then when I pulled it out, it was like a headless toothbrush. So it did still look like it was a clit stimulant. And I was like, it's a toothbrush. Oh God. And I had to be on that train for like 3 hours. Oh, for fuck's sake. You just can't win, can you? You just.
No.
Anyway, I survived. There's so much more to this than that, but I survived it.
You survived.
And I love Scottish hospitals. And it's also like, not to be that mad, like, oh my God, glass half full person, but like, fuck it happened when I was in Scotland.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, I don't think I could have done that pain for 3 months. I think I would have gone funny.
No.
I think I really would have gone like, oh my God, I would have gone mad. And also like coming off 6 days worth of morphine, I found so hard and still feel it at some points. Like 2 days ago, I was doing my second to last show. No, Saturday I was doing my second last show. And like walking to the show, I just suddenly like, I couldn't even feel like, I couldn't open my eyes properly. And I was so dizzy. And thank fuck I ran into David Advocacy on the street, who literally, I was like, oh, I just don't feel very well. And then he was like, oh, I'm going this way. And then I realised that he literally, I think he carried me to my venue. He walked me the whole way to my venue.
So nice.
I know, it was so nice. So embarrassing for Helen. It was so nice.
Embarrassing. It's nice.
Like
People want to
so
help you. You've been
dizzy.
through so much.
And anyone that came to see me in Edinburgh, if I was leaning on the back wall a lot, that's why.
That's
I was like this for half the shows, just like holding on to random stools and people. It was crazy.
I can't believe you managed to do your show though. That's
How?
like, you should be so proud of yourself. That's amazing.
Holly, I love going on stage
Famous. You
so
do.
much.
You do.
So is that unhealthy?
No. I'm gonna say I'm gonna vote no.
No, I'm going to vote no as well.
Great, then it's not. We
And yeah,
can't ask anyone else.
was it this summer we had planned? I'm pretty sure the last episode of Trusty Hogs, which will be the last time I podcasted, I was like, I'm gonna get a spring, I'm gonna get a fling, I'm gonna get a fringe fling, I'm gonna like open myself up to love. And instead, you know what I did? I didn't even really masturbate. I had no energy. I had nothing. There was no way I could have a fringe fling.
Hey, you had the gynae girls.
Oh my God. I think one of the gynae girls follows me because someone commented on something I put online. Because I was in hospital online when we pulled like 6 shows in a row. It was like, we should tell people just in
Was
case.
it only 6 shows? Like, I mean, that's huge for Edinburgh, but
6 shows, but then
recovery.
we added 2 extras in.
okay, great.
So it actually
yeah.
wasn't too much of a disaster in the end.
Yeah. But that's so panic-inducing at the Fringe.
I had to, you know, when you're like, I need to not think about the financials of this and
No,
I just
don't.
need to get
Don't
better
ever.
and I will deal with that later. And then thank God we announced this podcast and then some of you very sweet people just joined the Patreon immediately. And that was crazy. I screenshot and said to my agent and I went, it's all going to be okay.
It is going to all be okay.
What a month. I know I've missed stuff as well.
What a month.
Let's talk about food in hospitals. No, let's not. We mustn't. Okay, all I'll say is the toast was overdone. And I don't think
London
it was technically a
Scotland?
lasagna. Both.
Both.
But-
What one is better, would you say?
Scottish food in general
Yeah.
was better.
Of course.
I feel like for some reason it's a 3-course affair.
That's music to my ears.
I also will say I was nil by mouth most days because they were thinking they were going to take me for an operation, and then randomly about 9 o'clock they went, I think you're good until midnight to eat. So I'd be like, oh my God. But if I ate, because my digestive system, we sort of like shut it down so it wasn't working past, like all I could do is eat and then vomit, basically. Like nothing could like travel through me because it would have to go past
Apart from
wherever
the
the stone
gallstone.
was at that point. But then clearly during one of those big bouts of pain, it must have dropped. And it definitely did because I don't feel it now.
Yeah. You're
Right?
no, you don't feel it.
Right?
No, it's fine. It's all fine.
Okay. And now I'm going to live forever.
Of course you're going to live forever. Guaranteed.
Yes. I just want to see 2050.
You will. That is very, very
That's actually very
achievable.
soon, isn't
That's
it?
actually very soon. I would have opted for a later number.
2079.
That
I'm
is-
calling it. I'm calling it.
That's very specific.
Is it
as
too
well.
long?
I can't do that maths.
No, me neither.
It's not too long.
It's born 1991.
It's not too long.
It's not too long. All I'll say. Wait, I wanna make a point of this though, because I do think, I know it's the first episode and I know this is a comedy podcast and this is not the first episode I had envisioned for my new podcast. I will tell you what I had envisioned in a minute. I do just want to say though, because not to like disclose too much, Holly's had some like medical stuff over the last year as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so easy to think that you are, it's, if you feel a pain, that it's something where it's like, oh, that'll just go, or that'll fix itself. And then when you do get the courage to call the doctors, to get that appointment, like, honestly, I called up the doctors the third time I had a gallbladder attack. I should have done it people call an ambulance the first time. Like, you should be able to do that. I was told I had acid reflux and to buy Gaviscon. And then by the time that I got a doctor's appointment, I went to the doctors and they were like, you go straight to the hospital right now. And then I get to the hospital and they're like, oh, you should have come in earlier because now your liver's messed up. And I'm like, I did try. I actually tried. And then realizing that it's like, I actually knew I was 99.9% sure I had gallstones, just from my own Googling, from my own, like, going like, this is where the pain is, reading the description. It was a bit confusing because I was physically sick and some people aren't. Like, and that's, but it's not right or wrong. I was just like, okay, maybe, to the point where, like, when I did get the doctor's appointment, I rang them up and I was like, oh, I've got this pain in the upper right quadrant and it happens after I eat food. And I was being coy with them. I should have just been like, what I should have done is gone like, I have gallstones. My gallbladder is full of gallstones. I'm 100% sure. I know this. And I need to come in for an ultrasound right now. And instead, I was so sure it was gallstones. And I was like, oh, it hurts a bit. Could I maybe have a doctor's appointment to get checked out? Like, I could have saved myself so much pain and their time as well.
Yeah.
But how do you say that?
But we're not taught to do, that's the thing. It's like, I think there's this like real kind of, it's sort of ingrained into us that like your doctor's going to know best, they're going to want the best for you, which in most cases is true, and they do, but you know, they're so underfunded, they're working like grueling hours, and like a lot of them don't talk to each other and that kind of thing. And I think also there is this kind of like, I think as women, unfortunately, like, it is.
Here we go. You're going to the gender pain gap.
There's such a pain gap. Like,
shout out Nagam and Chatty.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. There's this amazing book by her called "It's Probably Nothing," and I honestly, everyone has to read it, because if I had read that book 2 years ago, I think both of us really wouldn't have gone through a lot of hell and a lot of
I haven't read the book, because when I met with you in the Horniman, do you remember at the beginning of the summer?
I've given you an overview. I listened
to her on a podcast. Does that not count?
It counts. It absolutely counts.
And I'm going to read the book. It's just, to advocate for yourself. And I did it a lot better in Scotland. Yeah. I was good at being like, hey, I would really love to know what procedure we're doing, because like, you know, people will refer to things like, oh, you might need an operation, you might need this, and I was like, am I going to get cut open again, or like
a
what
valid
does this
question
mean? Like, but it's that thing of being like, oh, I don't want to ask because they haven't told me, and maybe they're not telling me because they don't know. But then I was just sort of like, no. And I actually just went to the desk at one point and I went, I'm an incredibly anxious person, and I'm not on propranolol, which is something that helps me with my anxiety, because you need my heart reading to be good, because we don't know when we're going to do the surgery, but I don't know what the surgery is. I don't know when it's going to happen, and I'm going to be honest, it's killing me. Like, I need to know. And they were like, oh, well, they were like, well, we're gynae, so we don't know either. Your doctors are downstairs. And then I just burst into tears. And normally I would have run back to my room and hidden and been like, it's not their problem, whatever. Instead, I just cried in front of them. And then, you know what happened? The doctor came an hour later and explained everything to me. And I was like, I was allowed to do that.
That's amazing. You should be so proud of yourself for doing
that. It's a fake cry. No.
Yeah.
No, but if you think you know what's going on, just go tell them. Go like, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And I need this. And you have to check in with things, and you do have to follow up and stuff. And it feels so awkward, particularly with the NHS, because they are under strains. And we know that because of the fucking Tories and the fucking... whatever, pricks, because of the way that they're funding things themselves. We're not doing that on this podcast, but fucking there's not the right communication in the NHS. So if you are waiting on a scan or waiting on something, call every time you can. Yeah. And if you can't advocate for yourself, you need to find a friend that can do it. And my God, they better be female. Because you need someone who can it's annoying because probably men would get the appointments faster, but you have to be able to chase up appointments, get the names of people and say, I spoke to this person, they said I could get this, and it feels so awkward and feels so wrong. But if you are going to get something sorted, you need to do it. And it's like, oh my God, I say it and it sounds so obvious, but if you need to go to the hospital, just go to the hospital. And if you are in pain and they say, what's the pain on a scale of 1 to 10? You're not bad for saying 10. If you cannot breathe without feeling significant pain, you can say 10. Like, I was on the floor at one point in the Scottish hospital. Like, I couldn't get into the bed and I was just on the floor, like in a ball. And I hadn't even gone to ask them for pain relief, I don't think. And they came and they just injected morphine into me. And yeah, it was crazy because they were watching my pupils, every little bit they put in. And then at one point I went, oh my God, the pain went. And they went, no, the pain is still there. You just can't feel it. And I was like, slay fire, slay. And my agent was there like, okay, Helen, maybe lie down now. And I was like, can someone carry me? But there's got to be a school that can start teaching advocating for self through health.
It's just, it just seems so, just such a basic thing, and you wouldn't. But the thing is, and this is the bad thing, I think, until you have experienced something where you are being failed in a way, or you're not getting the diagnosis, or you're experiencing pain, you don't realize that you need these skills. And it takes so long to finally build that up and realize. And that's only from, like, you know, trial and error of going to these appointments, not getting the outcome that you need, not getting the diagnosis that you need, being kind of like fobbed off, which has happened many times. And it's like, you don't have to, and it's, again, it's, I so like get that inherent thing where you like downplay your pain, or you don't want to be a nuisance, which I think, you know, is a very kind of female experience.
Yeah, because you in your head, you're like, no matter how much pain you're in, you're like, it could be worse.
Completely.
And it could be worse. It could be.
Completely.
And I'm saying this I didn't say I was in a 10. But I
didn't
think
either.
I could have done. And I think I could have saved myself and my body a lot of stress.
Yeah.
The fact that it got to the point where, like, my liver was not functioning properly because I put up with the pain. But that's on me to say, I'm hurting loads and you need to give me an appointment now.
But
you know?
Also, like, don't blame yourself. Like, it's not
I don't blame
completely.
myself, but
like,
I would love to remember that. Like, I want my
but
brain to go like this in the future. And it's not, I've been so ignorant to so much health stuff because I haven't had to deal with it in my lifetime. Which is
thank
so,
God. I was the same.
Like, I've
touch wood.
never had anything, right, before this last fucking 12 months for us.
Yeah.
Like, as far as the internal, I've rolled my ankle. Yeah, okay, I've sprained, I've bruised. Yeah, I've cracked my head open and had it glued back together when I was younger. And yeah, I did one drug overdose on Calpol. Once. Okay, and you do it once and you get labelled forever. I was 4, it tasted good. Fuck off. But you go, like, it's now I'm like, the amount of friends who are like going through this system. And yeah, it is mainly women with like endo stuff and like bits and bobs. And it's like, who are just not being heard, not being listened to. And it's, we, on this podcast this year, we will close the gender pain gap. And I will be opening a clinic called Helen Bowers My Tummy Hurts. Let's Get It Sorted clinic. And you know where it's going to be? On the beach. It's going to be in Leonsea. And you're going to recover in a beach hut. And it's going to be very lovely for you. And I'm going to bring you fish. Oh my God, actually, no, I really want to do that.
I think do it.
Could you, is it offensive to call it my tummy hurts?
No.
And it's not just my period, you bitch. Like,
as long as you have that subline, gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
It's important that people know that sometimes, but also if it is your period and your tummy hurts, you're allowed to get that treated as well.
Of course.
You're allowed to get things treated.
Everyone's welcome.
Can we say that? If you're in pain, you're allowed to not be, and you deserve to not be in pain. That's very beautiful, actually.
That's really beautiful.
Okay, I'm going to say it again. If you're in pain, you are allowed to not be, and you don't deserve to be in that pain. And that's mental as well as physical. How about that? I literally cannot believe how long that's taken. and I haven't even got into the Fringe. Guys, okay, so we just recorded that, and yeah, it was an hour, okay? And yeah, I was thinking it was going to be about 35, 40 minutes. And yeah, it was an hour. And yeah, we haven't discussed all the wonderful things that happen at Fringe, but it is what it is. This is the first episode of Helen's Log. I will just say this before you go. I am allowing this podcast to like become what it will become. And I know we will find our feet with it. At this point, when you're listening to this in 2025, I imagine most of you were Trusty Hogs listeners. And now instead of being a hog, you're becoming a log. That's very nice for you, I hope. But I'm wondering, could you just let me know if you want me to do advice still? Because I've had some very different opinions from people. Because some hoggies are like, you have to keep doing advice. We love interacting with you that way. And some of you, who remain nameless, are like, legally, we don't think it's a good idea that you give out advice without Catherine there. But Holly can be Catherine, Sophie can be Catherine. I can also be Catherine. I can't. I'm aware of that, but I can try my best. So I think we should try it. I think we should. I might create an email. I'm going to see what you guys think. I'm going to see your messages from this week. But if you want me to do advice, then I think we should try it out. This is when I go like, oh my God, I'm going to do advice. And then none of you send a single email in. And it's just going to be me like making up emails like, oh, Helen, you're so beautiful. How do you keep your tits so high? Wired bra once a day. That's it. Just put it on for an hour. Take your pictures. Take it off. Nipples on the floor from that point onwards. I'm gonna end the podcast by saying this. Not the first episode I expected, but it's the first episode we got. I'm also going to go for ice cream tonight because I can finally eat whatever I want again. Not whatever I want. If I have anything high in fat, I shit myself. But that's funny. That's funny. And yeah, I've so far made it to the toilet. Just. But that's for a different time. Until then, I hope this has been a lovely first episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, tell people about it. Tell your friends about this new podcast. Please give it 5 stars on like whatever app you listen to your podcasts on. Leave lovely comments under the YouTube video. Like, these podcasts only work if they get good traction at the beginning. And if you want to hear more, join us on the Patreon. And this Patreon is called like Helen's Log, I think. It'll be linked under everything. And see you next week. God bless us, Loggys. And may we all enjoy the end of the episode now. Bye. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new life, and it's a new day, and it's a new patron for Helen Bauer, and it's called Helen's Log as a patron. And I'd love to see you there if you want an extra episode every single week. And it's just for us. It's just for us so we can actually talk. Then please join me on patreon.co.uk/Helen's Log or patreon.com/Helen's Log. I'm going to link it either way. And you can join our gang. Thank you so much. I love you and goodbye.